This is going to be the best trade deadline of all time. There is a lot at stake for the teams that would like to make a run to win the Stanley Cup, or for the teams that would like to get the best chance at drafting Connor Bedard. It is obvious that the Chicago Blackhawks are rebuilding and would like to have the best chance at getting Bedard. Look for Chicago to trade Patrick Kane to a cup contender. This is the last season on Kane's contract, but he could be a difference maker in the playoffs. Kane has won 3 Stanley Cups with Chicago and played a big role in winning all of them. Look for the New York Rangers to make a push to get Kane to reunite him with Artemi Panarin. Patrick Kane has the skill to consistently produce offensively. It looks like Chicago will also trade Jonathan Toews to a cup contender. Toews, of course, has a lot of Stanley Cup experience and is a great leader who also has a talent to contribute both offensively and defensively. Look for the Colorado Avalanche to make a push to get Toews to add depth to their forwards. He is exactly what the Avalanche need to win back-to-back Stanley Cups. Max Domi will most likely be traded as well. Domi is a skilled, gritty forward who has proven to be a perfect fit for playoff hockey. The Toronto Maple Leafs will most likely make a push to add Max Domi, who could add toughness and offensive depth to their team. Erik Carlson has become one of the best defensemen in the NHL again. He leads all defensemen in goals, assists, and points. He also leads the entire NHL in assists. This is the Sharks' best chance to trade Carlson so they have the cap space to start their rebuild. It looks like the Edmonton Oilers are very interested in Carlson. Imagine a power play with Draisaitl, McDavid, and Carlson. That would be a dream come true. Timo Meier could also be traded by the Sharks. Meier is a rising star who could add offensive depth to a cup contender. He has a lot of potential and could be a long-term top 6 forward. Meier has the skill to score big goals in the playoffs. The New York Rangers are very interested in Meier. The Vancouver Canucks are going to do a full reset, and they would like to have the best chance at getting Bedard. It looks like their contract talks with their captain Bo Horvat have come to an end. Horvat is an all-round two-way center who would be the perfect playoff player. He can contribute both offensively and defensively. Look for the Boston Bruins to try to pull off a blockbuster trade to get Horvat. Brock Boeser is another player that the Canucks will look to trade. A change of scenery could get Boeser back on track to being a consistent goal scorer. The New Jersey Devils and Minnesota Wild have interest in Boeser, so it will be interesting to see what the Canucks get in return for Boeser. We all know that Ryan O'Reilly is the perfect playoff player. He has the Stanley Cup playoffs experience, and he is a strong two-way center. O'Reilly has the ability to step up his game when it's playoff time. He is also a great leader. With this last remaining season on his contract, the St. Louis Blues will want to get a good return for him. The Toronto Maple Leafs are very interested in him. The Blues and Leafs have the potential to have a blockbuster trade at the deadline. John Klingberg will for sure be traded by the rebuilding Anaheim Ducks. Klingberg is a very skilled defenseman who could give a power play a boost. Klingberg does have a 10-team trade list that he has submitted to the Ducks, so he is in control where he would like to play. Jacob Chitrin would like to play for a cup contender. He is a strong top 4 defenseman who has a lot of potential. The Leafs, Wild, Oilers, and Rangers are interested in trading for him. Chitrin is an all-round defenseman who could play in many different situations. He's a great skater and has great vision. He is currently on pace to put up a career-best 54 points. Alexis Lafreniere has had a slow start to his NHL career with the New York Rangers. A change in scenery might be exactly what Lafreniere needs to find some consistency in his game. There are rumors of the Sharks being interested in trading for Lafreniere for their rebuild. Lafreniere still has potential to be a very skilled top 6 forward. The Montreal Canadiens will most likely trade Sean Monahan, but the long-term injury reserve status might hurt the Habs' return in this trade. I could see a team like the Colorado Avalanche trading for him. Jonathan Drouin, Evgeny Dadonov, Joel Edmondson, and Josh Anderson could also be traded by the Habs so that they could continue their rebuild. Things have not been working out for Anthony Mantha with the Washington Capitals. The Capitals would like to use this $5.7 million cap hit on a player who would be a good fit for their lineup. A change of scenery could get Mantha back on track. I think that the Washington Capitals could pull off a big surprise at the deadline. I can't wait for the trade deadline on March the 3rd. This is shaping up to be a blockbuster-filled day that should shake up the entire NHL.